Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I'm Count Jackula.
And today we're going to talk about dangerous animals.
I like tigers.
I like bears.
I think dinosaurs are dangerous.
Dinosaurs are dangerous, but you know what is the most dangerous animal in the animal kingdom?
An old white guy on a boat.
Yes. Especially if that old white guy feeds people to sharks, which is the premise of Dangerous Animals, an Australian horror film from director Sean Byrne, who is no stranger to this channel as he is the director of Loved Ones.
I liked that movie.
As well as The Devil's Candy, which is another movie I liked quite a lot. This movie is more similar to Loved Ones in that, much like Loved Ones, this one is a torture-style horror movie. Very much a throwback to the early 2000s. Loved Ones was not a throwback because it was actually one of the movies from that era, but because this movie is now like 15 years later, this movie does feel like a throwback.
Yeah, it feels like it was done in like 2010. You know?
Absolutely. It's got all the familiar tropes from that era. You have a guy from a country who kidnaps tourists. He traps them in a single location. They're stuck there, and then he basically tortures them and kills them for his own pleasure. In this instance, he feeds them to sharks and makes little movies out of it that he kind of gets off watching the movies that he makes.
Yeah. It's a little reminiscent of like Wolf Creek.
Mm-hmm. Wolf Creek is very much the movie I kept thinking of, in particular because the guy in question is also Australian.
Yes.
Just like the killer in Wolf Creek, though he's very different. He's not like Crocodile Dundee, like the killer in Wolf Creek was. In this one, he's just kind of like a, very charismatic Australian dude who happens to be psychotic. And he's fun to watch, which is very important to this movie.
Yes. Yeah, the actor's really good.
I could totally see this movie being a rough watch if it wasn't for how fun he is to watch.
Yeah, if the villain was no good, then this whole movie would suck.
In terms of like what this movie's about beyond just the survival thing, no, it's about the survival thing. It's in the title of the movie, Dangerous Animals. This is a movie about a dangerous predator who's trying to prey upon prey, who they themselves have to learn to be dangerous animals in order to prey back upon the predator.
To turn the table, it's not cat and mouse.
No.
It is more...
Cat and mouse isn't right, because in cat and mouse, it's more of a chase.
Yeah.
In this, it's like someone trying to escape constantly and being grabbed back. It's more like fishing. It's more like fisher and it's more like, you got like the fisherman who's like got the bait and he's got the fish on the hook and the fish is trying to get away constantly. So sometimes it gets a little further away, but at the end of the day, it's still stuck on the hook.
Still reeling him in. Yeah.
And there's being reeled in. The fish has to learn to be a shark in order to fight back.
Yes.
Essentially. The movie that, weirdly enough, this movie reminded me the most of was actually the M. Night Shyamalan movie,
What? This is an M. Night Shyamalan movie this reminded you of?
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of, goddammit, why am I drawing a blank on the name of the goddamn movie? It's the sequel to Unbreakable.
Oh, Split.
Split,
oh,
yes.
Oh, okay.
It reminded me a lot of Split.
Yes.
Much like Split, you have a character who's captured by like a psychopath.
Right.
Who the entire time is like monologuing about how similar the victim is to the psychopath.
Yes.
And at the end of the movie, the victim has to become like the psychopath in order to survive.
Yeah.
It's very much a similar structure as that movie, just without superpowers.
Yeah.
So if you like that movie, you'll probably enjoy this movie. If you liked The Loved Ones, you'll probably enjoy this movie. If you liked Wolf Creek, you'll probably enjoy this movie. It's very much a weird amalgamation of all those movies. I really enjoyed a couple elements of this movie in particular that stood out. I like the main character. Zephyr is a really awesome final girl protagonist.
Yep.
She's right off the bat kind of a badass. She's a lone surfer who obviously had a rough childhood. She keeps people at an arm's distance, which is why she's a perfect victim, but it also makes her dangerous for the serial killer to capture her because she's got life experience. She knows how to pick locks. She knows how to fuck with people. She knows how to fight.
Yeah. One thing the movie did that I thought was pretty good is they picked a really annoyingly pretty guy for the love interest.
Oh yeah, Moses.
So you don't trust him.
Yeah, there's a guy who's also Australian named Moses who falls for her at the beginning of the movie. But the problem is, at the beginning of the movie, he himself could easily also be dangerous.
Yeah, he could be in on it.
He could also be someone who's like kidnapping tourists and shit, or he could be in on the guy who's doing it.
Yeah.
So you don't entirely trust him. You end up liking that character by the end of the movie.
Yeah, by the end of the movie,
he
like him
proves
a lot.
himself to the audience and to her. She needs someone to be proven to her because historically people are more like the guy who preys upon her in this movie. So to have someone who actually does care about her and fights for her and tries to find her is very important. There's this reoccurring joke between her and Moses about all the bread rolls she eats and the amount of body weight of bread rolls she eats. Nah, you gotta get better food in you. Like, come on, I'll make you some pancakes. I thought that whole back and forth thing was endearing, even when I wasn't trusting him 100%. It was actually like, oh, no, actually, I'm buying this relationship between the two of them. I also really like the use of music in this movie.
Yes.
Much like The Loved Ones and much like Devil's Candy, which both had like musical motifs, this movie has a interesting motif that includes Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah. Ooby Dooby.
Ooby Dooby. Ooby Dooby. The song Ooby Dooby. Thematically relevant to the movie because it is a song about falling in love.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day, this turns out to be a bit of a love story. There's also another prominent scene in this movie with a prominent song, but I'm going to leave that for you to find out. But it involves the serial killer doing a very funny dance.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah, he gets his goodbye. He has a goodbye horses moment.
Yep, absolutely.
I gotta tell you, though, at the beginning of the movie, like, two tourists, like, show up, like, we want to go swimming with the sharks. I'm like, you could not pay me.
You couldn't pay me either.
That.
You couldn't pay me either to go swim with the sharks.
No.
I don't care if I'm in a shark cage, which is the initial pitch. I don't care. I ain't doing it.
No, not doing that shit. Forget it.
Fuck no. You're going to feed a whole bunch of hungry sharks while I sit in a cage underwater? No. I already don't like the ocean.
I've already learned my lesson. Sharks is dangerous. Jaws taught me that. Fuck this. I don't need to learn it firsthand.
Absolutely. And especially the fact that she does it with a guy she barely knew that she just met at the hostel.
Yeah, no shit.
So overall, I thought this movie was fun. I thought the finale was badass when the character kind of turns the tables, and I thought the tension leading up to that worked really well. This movie gets a 2 thumbs up from me. Dangerous Animals, it's going to be available on Shudder coming this next month, so if you want to go check it out on Shudder, you can. But if you don't want to go check it out on Shudder, you can also rent it on video on demand and enjoy it there. It did have a brief theatrical run earlier this year, but like a lot of these movies, we missed it when it was in theaters because there was more prominent movies in theaters at the time, like Sinners, for example. Yeah. So I'm glad to have finally caught it on demand. And with that said, let us move on to the spoilers for Dangerous Animals.
Okay, I gotta be honest. I was kind of hoping that at some point in this movie, giant orca was gonna show up.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
Because as you could probably tell by the marketing, most of the movie centers around sharks.
Yes, the main villain feeds people to sharks, like we say. We even see him do it at one point because when the main character, Zephyr, is first captured, he has already captured a tourist, fed the tourist, not boyfriend, but guy she was staying at a hostel with.
Yeah. Potential hookup.
Yeah,
her potential hookup.
But we didn't really see like his true method until the girl that she is captured with ends up being fed to the shark in front of the main character.
Yeah, and he films it.
He films it.
And plays it back, obviously, for sexual gratification.
Yep, but I really like the way the movie structured these shark feeding scenes.
Yeah.
You get the initial one where you have the brunette girl being fed to the sharks. She's put in the vests, dropped down on this hook into the water. There's no escape for her. She's stuck onto the hook. She can't get off of it. And the sharks are circling and he's feeding chum to the sharks, And so when she starts getting in the water and starts like fucking flailing and freaking out, the sharks attack her. So the first scene we see with the sharks shows us, okay, this is how he feeds the sharks. And he records the whole thing and then watches the whole thing the next day.
Yeah.
The next time we get a shark feeding scene, Moses after he has tried to save her and gotten captured himself.
Yeah, and this actually takes quite a while.
It takes quite a while. There's a lot of buildup because there's a lot that involves Moses trying to track her down. Now, this scene plays out a little differently. Zephyr screams at Moses, "Don't move," which is very important. Sharks tend to go after movement.
Yeah.
They go after the smell of blood and they go after movement. So if he doesn't move and he stays still, there's a chance it'll only go after the chum, which is all bleedy and bloody, and leave him alone. And the sharks do, which leads to him reeling the guy back in, stabbing him a couple more times, but he is stopped because a helicopter goes by and he doesn't want to get caught. So Moses is saved for now. So the second time we see how you can survive the shark attack thing.
Yeah, don't move, don't do a damn thing.
But it also shows how even doing that, you're kind of fucked because he'll just reel you back in and stab you. So you got to figure out a way around that. So at this point, the main character has every piece of information she needs to figure out a way out of this goddamn scenario.
Yeah.
The next time, it is her turn on the hook. And this one plays out very differently because first off, she tries the not moving thing. She also figures out she can climb on the hook, which is something I was thinking the entire time.
She's got like a penalty to that.
Yeah.
Because she had to chew her thumb off to escape the fucking handcuffs.
This is how hardcore she is. She tries to escape her handcuffs by basically chewing her fucking thumb off.
Yeah.
There is only one shark when she is put in the water, which you think would make things easier, but it happens to be the biggest, most badass shark you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a great white.
It is a full-on great white.
Huge. It's like Jaws sized.
But this is a great example where the movie's themes kind of come into play because there is a point where she ends up freeing herself from the hook, ends up in the water with the shark, and has like this stare down with the shark in the water, like a knight staring down a dragon.
Yeah.
And the shark stares her down and decides, nah, I respect you.
Yeah, and then swims off.
And then just kind of swims off and doesn't come back until it's time to eat serial killer guy.
Yeah.
Game recognized game.
Yeah.
You're not food, you're a peer.
Yeah.
This fucker, on the other hand, this fucker named Tucker, he's food.
He's food. We can just eat him. We can just eat that guy.
I actually kind of respected it because, like, there's formulaic moments where it could have just ended.
Yeah, absolutely.
And instead, it kept going, and she still keeps having to fight for survival.
Yeah. Once the serial killer is dead, that's not the end of the movie.
No, she has to now fucking free herself from the fucking, the rope that's attached to her leg and that's attached to the fucking serial killer who's being dragged by the shark.
Yeah. And then she has to get help just to make sure the guy's alive.
Yeah, because Moses is bleeding out in the goddamn chair he's strapped to, so she's got to get a flare and try to get help. Oh, it's so much. But it makes it so fucking satisfying, and it feels so earned when at the end of the movie, she gets Moses to open up his eyes when he's bleeding out and he's going unconscious, and admits that she loves him.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I can't blame her. After everything he went through to try to get her, he kind of proved himself to her.
It's a good movie.
It's a fun movie. It's a good movie. It's a good time. It's not a movie that's going to make you think very deeply. It's what it looks like on the tin, and it's a blast. Where can they find you, Count Jackula?
You can find me here on YouTube, where I stream every weeknight at about 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can also follow me on Blue Sky at Count Jackula. And what about you, Hail Satan?
Y'all know me. I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me on various social media services. I don't know why my brain always wants to say streaming. But you can find me on various social media platforms, but these days, I primarily spend time on Blue Sky, so follow me on there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're notified of my videos immediately upon their upload. And if you'd like to help out either of us more directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages. And remember, if you go to the Patreon and you go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way, but we will certainly accept more. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, if you made it this far into the video, then I want you to comment below, and be sure to comment below using the hashtag
#OBDoobie.
Peace out, and we'll catch y'all later.